There's this invisible energy all around us. It's inside you, it's showering down from space, literally right this second. It's a fundamental part of our world, but honestly, most of us barely even think about it. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain on this constant natural glow. All right, so let me ask you something straight up. Wherever you are right now, just look around. Are you surrounded by radiation? The answer is, yep, absolutely. But whoa, before you start looking for the nearest bunker, let's just reframe this a bit. We're not talking about some sci-fi disaster movie here. This is a totally natural, constant, you could even say essential part of life on our planet. Okay, so let's dive in, and we're gonna start big. I mean, astronomically big. Because the first place this natural radiation comes from is way out there, in the cosmos. So what we're talking about here are cosmic rays. It's a cool name, right? Basically, they're these tiny, super high-energy particles. They get shot out across the universe from everything from our own sun to massive exploding stars, supernova. They can travel for millions of years, and their whole epic journey ends when they slam into our atmosphere. This creates a kind of gentle shower of particles that rains down on us all the time. And here's where it gets kind of wild, and you've probably experienced this without even realizing it. The higher up you go, right, the less atmosphere there is above you to act as a shield. So get this. A single cross-country flight can expose you to a dose of radiation that's pretty similar to getting a chest X-ray. Now, it's not a dangerous amount, don't worry, but it's just a perfect example of that cosmic shower in action. All right, so we've looked up at the stars. Now let's bring our focus way down, right to the ground beneath our feet. Because it turns out the Earth itself has this sort of constant radioactive hum. Yep, that's what we call terrestrial radiation. It really is the hum of the planet. It comes from all these naturally radioactive materials that have been baked into the Earth's crust since it first formed, billions of years ago. So what are we talking about? Well, the main players are elements you've probably heard of, like uranium and thorium. As these things naturally break down in the soil and rocks, they create something called radon gas. And this gas can sometimes seep into our homes, especially basements. Now, for most people, this is actually their biggest single source of natural radiation. But, and this is the important part, it's usually super easy to manage with just some good ventilation. Okay, so we've got radiation coming from the stars above and from the ground below. But now the journey is about to get way more personal. Because this next source, well, there's no escaping it. It's in the food we eat, the water we drink. It's literally inside of us. Now, to wrap our heads around these really small doses, scientists came up with this brilliant and kind of funny idea, the banana equivalent dose. Seriously, that's what it's called. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's just a simple way to measure tiny radiation doses by comparing them to what you get from, well, eating one banana. So why a banana of all things? Well, it's because they're packed with potassium, and so are lots of other foods we eat, like potatoes, for instance. And it just so happens that a tiny fraction of all the potassium in the universe is a naturally radioactive version called potassium-40. It gets into the plants, we eat the plants, and voila, it becomes part of us. And this brings us to maybe the most mind-blowing fact of all, because we eat this stuff, because we breathe it in. Our bodies are actually radioactive. See that number, 4,000 becquerels? A becquerel just means one little atom decaying every second. So in the average human body, about 4,000 atoms are popping off every single second. That's right, you glow. Okay, let's take a breath. Cosmic rays, a humming planet, glowing bananas. It might sound like a lot, right? So for this last part, let's put it all into perspective so we can see what it all really means. And spoiler, it's all perfectly okay. This chart here just breaks it all down so well. This is your average annual dose. You can see that radon gas we talked about. That's usually the biggest slice of the pie for most people. Then you've got cosmic rays, the stuff from the soil, and of course the food and water inside us making up the rest. This is just the baseline. It's what everyone on Earth gets every year. And this table really drives the point home. It's all about scale. Eating one banana, the dose is basically nothing. It's so small. A chest X-ray? Okay, that's more, but it's still considered a moderate dose. And that average yearly dose we all get, that's just the price of admission for living on Earth. It's the normal, everyday level our bodies have evolved to handle, no problem. And honestly, that is the ultimate context right there.
This isn't some newfangled thing to worry about. This low-level radiation has been a part of Earth's environment since day one. Every single living thing, including you and me, has evolved and adapted to it for billions of years. It's as natural as sunlight. So the crucial point here, the big idea, is that this invisible energy isn't something to fear. It's more like a constant, gentle reminder of how deeply connected we are to everything, to the Earth under our feet and the entire universe out there. I mean, we are literally made of stardust and bits of our planet. So, I'll just leave you with this question to chew on. Out of all of this, what surprised you the most? Was it the idea of getting zapped by cosmic rays on a flight? The planet itself humming with energy? Or is it the fact that you, right now, are glowing with your own natural radioactivity? Think about it. What part of this invisible world really got you?